Stephen, just looking back on the West Bromwich Albion result at the weekend, how pleased were you with the character of the side to come back from behind for the second successive match?
Yeah, it was good. It was important that we did that. I think the lads could sense at half-time that we were playing well, so that was the message for the second half. Let's go out and try and be positive again, which we were. Got off to a good start and then unfortunately again fell further behind. Now that could have signalled that our heads could drop or we could lose belief in what we were doing, but that wasn't the case. We thought the substitutions that come on made a big impact, and we got ourselves back into the game and we're positive. So it was a good result in the end. I think the performance was good enough that it definitely warranted a result. And on another day we maybe would have took all 3 points, but yeah, it was decent and then we move on.
Talking of moving on, it's Swansea on Wednesday night. How do you assess the challenge in front of you?
Yeah, it'd be a tough game. Swansea are a good footballing team. The way they move and the way they pass the ball can cause teams problems, so we have to be ready for that. We have to be sort of as good without the ball as we were maybe a Hull away. We felt that we were good that day. We were organised and forced Hull into a few errors, so if we can do something similar tomorrow night, that'll be great. But yeah, as I say, they're a good team on their day, and if they get it right, then they can hurt you. And obviously they're a team who are real close to us in the league at the moment, and they will know what's at stake and they'll be desperate for points as we are. When you go away from home, you have to make sure that defensively you're spot on, because you'd expect the home team to have spells in the game where they'll be on top. We would expect something similar tomorrow. Obviously, the way that Swansea keep possession of the ball, there'll be times where we have to be patient. So yeah, we were solid away from home in the last 2 away games, but then we were good when we had a chance to attack, and we were good from set pieces. We scored a goal in both games from a set play, so we have to make sure that we focus on that area as well, because it's key in any sort of game, but especially at this stage of the season.
Since dropping into the relegation zone 6 weeks ago following that Cardiff game, what have you made of the response of the side and the level of performance?
I think we've done well. Obviously, it's been a real tough run that we've been on. We've played some of the top teams in the division, and we've shown different sides to our game of what we're capable of. We've played some really good football at times, but we've showed that we can battle and compete, and I think the understanding and the sort of the shock of going into the bottom three, you know, hit home that we were in a massive relegation fight. We knew that kind of anyway, but it may be that sort of realisation of this is not where we want to be and we have to step up. Everybody needs to step up and do better, so that's what we've seen. So credit to the players for that, and we need to continue it, because there's 5 big games coming up. They've got 3 games in the next 3 against teams who are in and around us in the division, so they'll almost become like cup finals, and we need to make sure that we attack them with that mindset that we can't allow the opposition to get on top of us, and we need to be solid. So that'll be the focus starting on Wednesday night. Let's put a performance in that warrants something from the game, and that's something again that our fans can be proud of and get behind, and hopefully see us bring something home.
You spoke in the past of how you want the players to be brave in possession. What have you made of how they've taken that message on board?
I think they've been really good. We haven't overly risked the ball. We haven't made silly errors that were costing us in that 6-game period leading up to the Cardiff game. We've been a little bit more secure. We've looked after it better, and still shown good moments of control with possession, which is dead important. You can't just go into games and allow the opposition to completely dictate. So we don't want to do that, but also have to be mindful of playing in the right areas is important at this stage of the season.
What's player availability looking like following the weekend match?
Yeah, just Mmaee isn't available from the weekend. He obviously picked up a hamstring injury, so that's disappointing. I'm gutted for Ryan as well, having worked his way back into the squad and into the team. He's doing well and has picked up a hamstring injury that's going to see him out for the rest of the season, so that's disappointing for him, but he has to focus now and try and get himself back and ready for the pre-season and ready to go again. But everybody else is okay. Junior has trained with the group over the last couple of days, so he will probably come into contention over the next few games, but it's important that we won't rush him, because he's been out for a little while, and with them types of injuries you just need to err on the cautious side.
How are Lyndon and Ben getting on?
They're okay. I think both lads are going well. Ben Pearson has been out jogging on the grass, and seen him with one of the fitness coaches the other day, and I think Gucci's going out in the next couple of days, so they're progressing as we expected. Again, Whether we get them back for the end of the season or not, still too early to tell. But we have to be cautious with these injuries, because what them lads don't want is taking in an injury into the off-season, because that can disrupt what you do next year. So again, we'll err on the side of caution.
Jonathan Walters was announced as sporting director yesterday. What's your reaction to that appointment?
Yeah, really pleased for John. Obviously got on really well with him since he's come into the club. I can know anyone who speaks to John can see what this club means to him. So John Coates obviously thinks he's the best candidate to give him the opportunity, and yeah, and fair play to John, and I'm sure he'll do really well. He's had a good impact on everybody, and I say we get on well and we're clear. The communication lines are good. So yeah, let's get to work and let's get this club back where it needs to be. 6
points up for grabs over the next few days. How big an opportunity is that?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, to say it's the tough games. They're going to be against teams who are in and around us, and yeah, it's not going to be easy. But we know what's at stake. We know that if we get our preparation right, if we put our game plan together, and the players can execute on the day, then we'll have a chance of picking up some points that we desperately want.